Hello everyone and welcome back. It's Chuck Thunder again. Here we are with Gonzo Rivera. We're going to be finally getting a head start on the adventure quests. And I want to show you how I went about getting ready for the quest. So before we get too far, I'll show you the quest that I grabbed from the um, adventure course giver back in Zagers. Is I grabbed the one that required recognition 2, geography 4, and Greek 1. Now there are several options that you can get. Um, some that require archaeology, and some that don't. Um, some that require geography. I think there might even be one other that requires unlock. Could be wrong. So this is the one I look for. I look for the one with the title. Does this one have a title? I don't know, adventure course or final exam. No, it's just one that has a different variation. So this is the one I chose. Now notice these are red. It means I don't have the skills. I don't have Greek, which I went and forgot it if I already knew it for the sake of body language. Body language should get you through the quest regardless, so you don't need to have Greek. And then geography 4. Now I don't have geography 4. I have geography 3. And to show you how I did this, I believe I had mentioned that I went to the archives and read their books. But in case you don't know, go to the archives in your major city in which that you come from, and just sit there and read the books consecutively. You have to have a certain amount of money on it. It costs you some money to do. Keep doing so until you reach the level 3. And what's going to happen is that you're going to get a headache, and when you get the headache, you're going to need to go port hop to another city, and then come back and do it again. And just keep doing that. You'll get 1 to 2, sometimes 4 or 6, depending on whether or not there's a boost of experience boost for the day, proficiency boost for the day. Right now, there's a 100% proficiency boost, so I did it today to finally get to rank 3. Because I knew if I got to rank 3, that there were items out there that aren't terribly expensive. That maybe if someone gifted you some money, namely me or someone else, that you could buy that'll boost your geography to the next level that you need in order to complete the quest. If you don't have that ability, maybe just ask somebody in game that you can group up with that has Geography 4. Um, uh, or if you have a higher tune yourself that already has Geography 4, then that's a good way of doing it. But for right now, I'm going to show you how I did it without anybody's help. Hopefully, I can pull this off. So, first things first is I'm going to click on the admin officer at the company administration office in this town that I grew, that I've made my character, which in this case it's Seville. Click him. I'm going to go to View Companies, Company Shop. And from there, I'm going to switch to the tab Equipment, and I'm going to keep on searching one tab at a time until I find the appropriate equipment that I can wear that'll give me the +1 geography. And I already happen to know where it is because I spent some time searching for it. It's on page 13. It's called the Geographer's Cloak, I believe, or Geographer's Robe. It's 100 million, so that's why you see I have this much money on me now. I'm going to go ahead and buy it. Guys, if you hear sounds in the background, it's because I have Discord going on, so just ignore that. So there we go. I've got myself the Geographer's Robe. Should be able to wear this now. Whoa. That looked fancy. There we go. And I now have, if you go to skills and geography, I'll see I have rank 3 +1, so which means like I have rank 4 total. And the quest now should recognize that I have quest 4, geography 4. So I should be able to do this quest. So once I got the quest in the adventure quest giver in Sagers, I came here and it had me talk to, I believe, the tavern, and then from the tavern it asked me to talk to the adventure adventure guildmaster. So that's where I'm going to now to get the next information I need in order to do this quest. So here I go. Talk to the adventure GM. Alright, he says, seems that thinking about the Black Death may have been brought by a ship from the Black Sea. Please first start your investigation by talking to the scholar in Athens. So, that is my first location to get to. Now, if you don't already have Athens discovered, which I don't believe I do, but here it is. It's all the way out this way. It's a long sail. So be prepared for a long sail, because once you get there, you're going to want to be sure that you're stocked up, because then from there you're going to go even deeper into the territory of the Black Sea here. So be careful, because this tends to be a pirated area. So I would say bring some stuff to help protect you. In my case, I have nothing. Oh boy, I have nothing to protect me. Not even ceasefire agreements. That is a scary thought. I mean, it honestly, you could get by without it. I don't believe I have anything of that sort in my inventory that could help me. Oh, I do have 3 goods for brigands. Like that would help. If you need to get more of those, you can go to Moguls in Lisbon. They'll have them. I do have 30 ceasefire agreements, so it's good to have. Bring things to handle your long sail voyage here, curing homesickness, anything else that you might have, frustration, whatever it could be. And any boosts that you have, put them on. It'll get you there faster, and we should be good. I'm just going to equip things to myself so that I'm protected. I got the Amulet of Sun ready to go. And we have our sword. I think we're all set. So I'm just going to stop in at the tavern and hopefully eat something. If not, I will stop at a town nearby and stock up on some food. So I really don't have... I got enough to handle myself if I'm there. But let's at least see if I can get my vigor kept up before we leave. Okay. Can I eat? Yes, I can. And I'm drunk. So just don't use liquor. Close enough. Treat my sailors. We're all set. So if you really don't want someone to, you don't want something bad to happen to yourself, this is a good chance to actually team up with a crew member that'll go with you to protect you. I'm just going to wing it. This is the time I've learned. Last time I had someone help me do it. So I don't know if there is a real risk to me. I'm told that it's a pirated area where you'll get NPC or some NPCs you got to be afraid of, and some that you don't, obviously. And then there'll be some pirates, which are player characters, in which that you will want to be concerned about. So, in this case, I am just going to start auto-navigating myself, and I have one thing I want to do along the way. Actually, I have, if you noticed when you were doing your research at the archives with geography, you were getting maps. And maps are a great way to practice some of your skills. Depending on which archive you're reading in, you'll get different sets of maps in which that you can go do quests in. I got a few that were areas around Lisbon and a few other areas, and I have one that's for the strait between Calvi and Sassari, these 2 islands. So I'm going to go right for Sassari, go with that, because the quest, I'll show you when I look at it, after I use my skills here, or I shouldn't say a quest, the item is a map, and here it is, shipwreck maps, an unfinished map. Here it is, the strait south of the island where Calvi is located. I can use recognition and geography for rank 1 in order to find it. So if I click OK after I select it, it'll say this had no effect right now because I'm nowhere near it, but the map did tell me where to go. So when I do get there and I'm in between the 2 islands, I will use my recognition skill and I should make the discovery. This is the kind of person you need to watch out for in some of the other areas. When they got red letters like that, that means they're pirates. He's already got an elite Lamort, so he's a very dangerous pirate. Alright, so what am I doing? I'm trying to sail. I have it set up where it's auto sailing, so I don't need to do anything. So we could sit here and we could talk about some other things in which that maybe you have questions about. I have a few people who said to me that they want to go begin sailing far away. They want to get to the ports that they don't have access to. So like right now, I only have access to the ports that are Like when you use the map, I can't click these arrows any further. It's because this is as far as I've managed to unlock. These are the maps. I could even already go to here to go to the trading company across the way, but I don't have the Caribbean unlocked yet. You know, I can't get down there. I can't get over here. So there are some things in which that are unlocked, but not all things. So people wanted to know, how do I get to the southern part of Africa? How do I get to the eastern part of Africa? How do I see these portions of the map? Unfortunately, it's ranking up your court ranks and your adventure fames and battle fames and trade fames. And as you do that, your character will get higher and higher court ranks, in which that will unlock your freedom to travel to these other areas. And I have a goal with my main to help some people out when they finally log on, to help them port hop, because port hopping with a boat like this, you can imagine, would take forever. I mean, we've already been sailing for just 2 minutes and we've made it just past the Strait of Gibraltar. But if you have one of those really early ships that's really slow, this ship too is pretty slow by comparison to some of the higher end ships, someone can port hop you relatively quickly. All along the way, and I have plans to help somebody get to Calicut, which is in India. So it's one of those things in which that people like try to rush to do. There is a website that you can go to. I simply just Google the how to unlock port permits on UWO, and there's a nice explanation as to what order to do this in, what ports you need to already have unlocked in order to unlock a previous ports, to unlock the newest ports. So like before you can unlock the Suez Canal, which isn't even a port, isn't even a section of the map that has ports in it, you've already unlocked the maps that has those ports. That the Suez Canal connects you from Cairo to I can't remember the name of the other city, but it connects you from Cairo, which is down over here, to the other side of the African continent. Those you are required, but they're not maps. They're just different things you need to unlock in order to have the full access to the map. Otherwise sailing across and around Africa and all the way back up at the eastern and the western coast of Africa each and every time we want to go to India would be a real pain. Like I said, the only catch is that you can't have trade goods with you while you're going across the Suez Canal or any of the canals or carriages. So, people get frustrated that there's a lot of time involved with traveling, and so be prepared that when you're this early on, like you might attempt to do some major sailing in sloops before you get to the Sambuc, which is what I'm trying to unlock now, because it is a faster ship than the adventure sloop, and it holds more than the adventure sloop, so you can do trade and adventuring in it and be relatively well off with the boat for a long time. You can get people to make you ships. Your ship information is listed here. It'll show you the required levels. So like I can't even use this ship or this ship yet because I don't have the required levels in order to use them. I went and claimed this from a ship ticket that I had, and I got the trading galley. It gave me several options at the galley, but I used the trading galley because it had the most cargo hold. Now I don't plan on sailing with this ship. I plan on giving this ship to my first aid when I finally hit the level needed to get to my first aid. And so, collect ships, keep the best ones for yourselves. Don't get rid of all of the poor ships you have. Like the ships I have here, I got rid of the caravels that I could, but I did keep them trade caravel because it only requires 6 trade and carries 232. And then shortly after that, you can give this to your aid, and then maybe this one to their aid at some point. But in the meantime, just focus on getting your skills, your levels up. I mean, like I said, I could be right now much higher in the trade levels if I wanted to. If I wanted to just buy all of the trade goods just to boost myself to level 20. Oops, this is what I said. Get ready. Rat infestations. Luckily, I have the Adventurer's Book, which has eradication on it. If you don't have that, you need rat killing poison. But yeah, so be on the lookout for better ships, but obviously don't go spending your money on it if you don't need it. We're We're almost there. Let's see it happen. Once we get here, actually, you know what? Before we even, we have some. I could always cancel auto nav. That's what I'll do, and then I'll start controlling myself here. And I will remove. Look at that! Leveled up our surveying skill. Nice. Get rid of caution. I'll use the map. You'll see that the map will tell me. It says no effect, and that's because I'm really not in the C zone that it's in. As soon as I cross over, it'll pop up. Be sure to use your surveying skill. So here I'll use the map. It'll show it on your survey. It's right in here. So we're already right in there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the recognition skill. And looks like there's something around here, they said. So hit it again if you don't get it. There we go. And we discovered the locale. So, good to know. Basic information. I'm just going to stop in here to get some extra provisions because we're already on like 7 days of provisions. Did I get anything? I just got the discovery card for that. Sometimes you get things out of discovering certain things, but yeah. And that should have boosted up my geography skill even a little bit further. Yeah, about 100. So it helps. Okay. Now we're in Sassari. I'm going to go top off on some of these. Oh, go do this actually. 29 days worth. And I'm also going to top off on my tavern stuff here. By the way, if you're in a trade job, which I don't believe I am right now. No, I'm not. If you're in a trade job and you want to get the most benefit of your investment to cities, you know, be in a trade job because you'll get the most fame for it. Got 130% extra fame because I'm using a thing that gives me extra fame. But, you know, be sure to invest in cities if you have the money as you go because it's going to boost your fame up further. So go ahead and use a little bit of this. We're good. Alright. Back on the open seas. Now, I don't have, from this point forward, any cities discovered after this point. We're in Sassari, and there's no other cities that I have discovered on this map, so I can't auto-nav to any of them. So now we have to do true, fresh sailing. Now, there's a few things I'm going to get along the way. I'm going to get Naples. I might get Syracuse, which are located, in case you don't know. Oh, look at that. Naples and Syracuse are right here, so I'm going to grab those two. And then I'm going to ignore these for now because I have to go up this, you know, Adriatic Sea, which is pretty time-consuming with a sloop. You know, maybe, you know, when something brings me to these cities, that's when I'll discover them. But in the meantime, I'm just going to hit up those two, then Athens. Okay. Start traveling east. What other things can I talk about that I haven't updated you on? So, the trading quests, you didn't see me do many of them, but a lot of them were just talking back and forth quests, bringing something from one place to another, really easy. The next, the adventure quest is the hardest, I think, and the most time-consuming. The next most time-consuming, personally, I think, might be the trading, because there's one quest that has you come all the way back out here to get something from Ragusa to get woad, which is an item that you need to bring all the way to Amsterdam, I believe. So it definitely adds up in your sailing time. There are people that do you the wonderful deed of bringing woad back and just dropping off your item right to Sager. So all you need to do is just accept the quest and grab the woad from somebody and just pay them the money so you have the woad, so you save yourself the trip, and then all you need to do is go sail to Amsterdam. So much faster, but that's not always available, and sometimes you need to come all the way out here. So while I'm here, I think, now that I'm thinking about it, because I know the quest, I might come all the way over here to grab it, to grab the woad. It's a little bit of a detour, and then I won't get Trieste and Venice, but I think that might be what we do, because that's one of the trade quests, and I just happen to know this now, and it's time consuming twice, and rather than use 2 episodes to show you that, at the very least, I could show you in 1 episode where the item came from without having to sail to it, and just begin the quest when that comes around. So for this episode, I'm just going to go ahead and grab it now. We haven't passed by any major cities, but I see one coming up. Looks like Naples will be first. See, some people play this game however they want to play. They don't even bother doing adventure. They just do trade. It's really a fully customizable experience, up to you. I only suggest doing these quest lines from school completely to see how well you like doing what you're doing. It doesn't hurt to get the experience doing it, so that you know what it is that's asked of you. And for those experiences, you can level up other characters just as much as this. Plus, being able to graduate this, like I said, you get a lot of good ships out of it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and discover the city. Very close to completing a mission. Now, in case you don't know, Naples can get you to a few other places, and while we're here, maybe we'll do that. Naples has a carriage here that will take you to, just like many of the other cities that have carriages, take you to another city or another town nearby, or inland, or whichever. Like Marseille takes you to France, and some of those options are available to those cities. This one will take you to Rome, and Rome is a discovery too, so that doesn't hurt. And in here is the Colosseum and a few other things. Oops. Colosseum. There's also your bank and your mansions, other things that you could do here. I believe here you could participate. I can't make myself understood. Yeah, you can enter the Colosseum and participate. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so I see here. You can click each of these and compete. Oh, I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just clicking through them. Okay. I will look into this myself. I am not going to try to figure this out as we go, but you can read all this and learn how to participate in the Coliseum. I have in my main right now, I'm going to college in Oxford, and one of the things I have to do is come here, so I will learn more about it when the time comes. But I honestly have no idea what any of this does. So, when we come back with my main, I will learn it, and then I will show you how to use it. But from what I understand, there are ways of getting bonuses by coming here. So we're going to leave. Just realized I have 25 million on me still after buying that thing. Maybe I do want to stop at the bank to drop off some money. The more money you have on you, obviously, the more risk you are at losing all of it. So should you get plundered by a pirate. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop off some money. I do not need to have this much money on me at all times. Especially at this low level. Maybe a few 100,000, just under $1 million looks like would be perfect. This is why having body language is so important, and having some vigor. deposit, and we'll deposit. We'll just deposit 24. See how that does. Yeah, just under $1 million. Just by the way, guys, you know, just in case you didn't see my last video, don't forget you do have storage in your quarters. If you did not buy your quarters, be sure to buy them if you can. Quarters information, and there should be like a purchase quarters option here. So just don't forget you could do that, because that's kind of important. Alright, we're going to top off on Vigor. Now, normally I wouldn't do this so frequently in the game, but because we're such a low level and we have so little Vigor, I have to do this often enough because our skills use it up fast enough. So we do have to consider that constant refilling of our Vigor. Oop. So when you talk to the barkeep guy, you'll get these little questions about how to do all these investigations. And it says you obtain regarding folklore. You can confirm the details of the discovery menu. If you meet the requirements, you may accept the investigation request from the Henrique and Sagers. I've never participated, but they pretty much spell it out to you where you can go to participate in these folklore discoveries. Alright, let's go to Syracuse. And we're off. Syracuse, I believe, is just right here. Now, Syracuse is special. So, like I said, Naples was special because you got Rome. Syracuse is special because you have your first low-level dungeon that I think most people start off at. And by dungeon, I mean walking around and battling, not from ships. It's a place where you walk your character on foot to fight people in hand-to-hand combat. You can get items from the dungeon, such as gold, artwork, things of that nature. And other unique equipments. You won't get high-level equipments from doing the dungeons, but you can from other dungeons. This dungeon, you get like really minor stuff. You won't get an amulet of sun from this dungeon. You'll get amulets of some other entity, in which they give you bonuses for other things. We're almost there. Going to get the discovery card. In case you need to know, the dungeon is in the church behind the altar, and when you click it, it'll say, would you like to enter? And you say yes, and then you complete the dungeon there. It's a good way to do battle experience without having to be fully using your ship. You could just walk around and beat things. Obviously you need good items, good defense, good fighting weapons and such to really be effective quickly in that dungeon. I mean, early on it's pretty simple and easy. You just get yourself a good sword, wear some good defense weapons, bring yourself a couple of healing items, a couple of ointments I should say, maybe, and then maybe a couple of other throwing items to do like mass damage, like fire sticks. Do we have them? No. The heck is that sound? Be right back. I know what that was. That was my PlayStation controller that is a steering wheel, and the PlayStation was going into rest mode and restarting, and it was spinning. The wheel was just spinning on its own. It's one of those forced feedback ones. Anyways, all right, so we're going to turn up here, like I said, and we're going to go towards Ragusa. If you have your surveying up, it's past the boot, just slightly north of the boot itself, maybe like a beeline straight from the boot up to the top. You'll hit Kitaro first, and then Ragusa. But Ragusa's where I need to get woad from, so I'm going to carry a lot of that with me, just to have it, so make sure I am fully covered with that trade exam when it comes time. So I used a few items to give myself some boosts. You go to this tab here and go special item effects, and you can see the boost you got. I got ship speed increase and experience acquisition increase. I could use the fame one too if I really wanted to, but I don't really need it. Not until I'm handing in things. You don't get a lot of fame increases other than from doing port hopping and doing your investments. So if you're wondering what this shipwreck map route is, it's the to find a shipwreck off the coast of Lisbon. If you do that, you discover the ship, you'll get some items from the ship as well as increase your recognition skill. So, something to note. I see Kitaro from here. Kataro. So I'll hit that up first. And then Ragusa is just north of that. Now, this is a good idea to really have like leveled up your caution too when we go to the Black Sea, because caution will help you prevent from getting ambushed. And caution right now for me is only rank 3, but you know, that's better than nothing, and hopefully we'll be able to prevent any ambushes from happening in the Black Sea. Athens is going to tell us where to go in the Black Sea specifically. I believe I remember where, but I want to be sure that I understand it before we head straight there. Obviously, we need to stop in Athens anyways. Okay, get Kataro. Get our steering skill rank up. By the way, if you're wondering what skills to go with your character this early on, you know, I'll open up my skill tab and you take a look at which skills I have at this point. It's good to take a good look at them in case you're curious which ones are good to have early on to start grinding early on, ones that are passive and just kind of get done automatically. Steering is one of them, but I'll show you. The adventure skills I took were the ones that were part of the helmsman, as well as also search and observe, which are helpful for doing adventures. I don't really need archaeology. I'm only keeping it because I happen to have an increase with an item, as well as also a 50% proficiency already from having done something with it. Ecology I'll want to get, and then I'll eventually get biology. But this is pretty much all I'm keeping for right now. You could get provisions, you could get fishing. There are items that you could get that'll keep you get what you need fishing wise. But there's people that love to just do the fishing portion of the game, so that's a whole item in itself and a whole tutorial in itself, I'm sure. But when you can, I would get, you know, fishing and provisions too as well, for the adventure skills at least. Trade skills, again, like I said, this really depends on what you are focused on for your own sake. I managed to do some cooking skill upgrades. Like I said, I did cooking specifically to get myself to level 3 so I could show you the cooking grind, which I finally got up to level 3 by doing the flour. Now I'm doing the pig grind, which is why I'm already at 500, which I will show that in another video. The pig grind that you could do, and also what books you will need to advance cooking to level 10 or 11. That's about as far as I've gotten, but that usually covers you for the most part for the longest of times. So right now this is like the ones I'm going with when it comes to trading, because I haven't really been focusing this, but like if you want to focus a certain kind of trading, like ones that complement your other skills, like sure, then do that. For me, you know, the skills that I'm focusing are cooking, so I'm going to get all the things that focus on cooking, which might be, you know, getting maybe some alcohol or spices or seasoning, all that stuff will be helpful. And look, I can get that from Marseille. So, like, just get the skills in which they fit you best. And battling, same thing. Get what you prefer to do. These are the adventure skills that are highlighted right now. But, get the skills in which that you think are going to complement your playstyle the best. Anyways, we made it to Ragusa, so it's time to go to the commercial district. And let's buy what we need. Like I said, we need some woad. I'll buy some woad. There's other things you could buy here too, but this is what we're here for. Also, if you're curious to see when you're here, so there's certain things you can buy. You can buy all sorts of different things here. Don't know that we're going to need any of these things. I have lifesavers. I don't have anything to stop a fire. Do I? I don't. So it doesn't hurt to have some fire buckets until we get fire. Oh, no, we have firefighting. Right? Yeah, we do. So we don't need that. Good chance. Just check the shopkeeper, see if he's got any cooking books. Everyone's got, specialty items here too that you can get. It's not a bad idea to buy some disguise level stuff while you're here. Your school stuff should be able to get you in most cases. Maybe buy some of these sandals if you want to have some extra disguise to get you into those northern African cities. It's totally up to you. Wow, that's a lot of attack power. Antidote. So these are the things I would say bring in the battle. Oh, here's a poultry book. I don't have that one. That wouldn't hurt to have. I'm just going to grab it while we're here. And I'm going to immediately store it away so it's out of my inventory. So go to store. And I'm going to put the book with my binder with the rest of my things that are binderable. Good to check the shopkeeper every once in a while in cities just to see what special items I have, especially if they're going to be helpful to your skill grind. So in this case it was poultry, and I'm going to be doing some poultry work at some point. That's something else you could be working on too with your cooking grind, is getting raw chickens and being able to make poultry chicken as an option for cooking. So, okay, top off. Alright, back to the port. And now we go back south and start heading towards Athens. So I'm just going to hug the coast the whole way back down. It's probably the best way. As you see when we open up the map, you want to hug the coast, but don't hug it all the way, because look where you'll end up in here, and you're not going to be able to get to Athens. So hug the coast. When you see it open up to your left, go past it, wrap around the peninsula, and stop it in Athens. Definitely don't want to be in a position where, you're stuck going in the wrong direction. So anyways, so they said, talk with a scholar in Athens. I'm hoping they don't require me that I know Greek. This is going to be a real pain in my butt. If that's the case, we're going to have to, actually edit a video for once if this is the case. Because I have to talk to the scholar. He's going to teach me what I know, hopefully, and I don't need him to read any books. Let's cross our fingers. If I don't remember this correctly, then we made a mistake. In case we did make the mistake, where do we learn Greek? That would be a good... German, Greek. Where do we learn Greek? In Naples, where we just were. So you don't have to go too far back to learn it. But it is annoying if that happens. Crossing my finger, we don't have to do that, because that would really put a damper on this trip, because it's already a very long trip, and we're not even halfway done with getting to where to make the discovery that we need to make. So, this could be a really annoying thing if we don't do this right. But the principle still remains the same. I can show you everything, on how to do this, get to the stages of doing the quest, and show you where you need to go on the map. instead of doing it myself. Unfortunately, that'd be a real lame way of showing you how to do the quest, but it's how you would do the quest regardless of whether or not I'm physically doing it for you or not. But somebody who's done the quest before can easily give you a tow to where you need to be. Let me just ask, for the adventure quest final exam, do you need to know Greek language, or can body language work instead? I chose the geography. Chose the geo quest. See if anybody knows. I really hope not. Now, caution will save you from ships that you can't see from ambush, but it won't save you from driving through ships like that. Luckily, I didn't battle those ships and get stopped by those ships because I have a high enough battle skill in which that, a high enough battle level in which that they didn't go after me for. So that's a good thing. Well, in either case, let's hope that we're right here. I mean, we go to Athens and find out. We'll just at least check with the scholar and see. Hopefully it doesn't make us read a book. I honestly don't remember. Just in case I need it. I'm asking. Nobody answered my question. Usually people are good at answering. Almost there. I speed Greek geek, not Greek. Okay. Oh, language note. Ah. See? See, there you go. Language notes are another way you can get by with being able to read things at the scholar if you don't know the language. You gotta find the interpreters. Interpreters can provide you the language note you need in order to get it through to the scholar and browse their books. It's a good thing. Don't know that we're going to need it, though. We'll see. Alright, we're just going to enter. Discovered Athens. Alright, scholar. Okay. We're back at the scholar. Let's cross our fingers. Otherwise, we're going to find the interpreter. Yep, look at one of my books. I won't be able to do it. As you'll see, I can't read the books if I don't know the language, so yeah. We learned from our lesson, so be sure to bring Greek with you, the language Greek. Not all of the quests require that you actually have to know the language, but this one does. So we gotta find the interpreter. This is gonna be the real question as to where you find the interpreter. Usually by the tavern or the market keeper. So we'll start with the market keeper. Or the tavern, I mean. up here. Doesn't appear to be an interpreter nearby. It's gotta be. You guys are learning a valuable lesson in here. I know, it wants me to go to the scholar. I can't do that yet. I need to find the interpreter. Just checking the shopkeeper again. No cooking options. Usually near the market keeper, and that's what I said. So it makes sense that way you can do your... Yep, and there he is. This is why I gotta ask questions in game. Thanks. Buy East European. This does translation notes. We're gonna buy all 7 for now. I don't know how many we're gonna need. What do they sell here in Athens? Interesting. Good stuff. Okay, good to know. We got our interpretation notes. We can now go to the scholar. I don't know if interpretation notes always existed, but if they didn't in the past, that would be a real pain in the butt. Now I can browse the books. Oh, you gotta use it first. So let's go ahead and use our translation note and read a book. Okay. We got the quest information we needed, so be sure to do that. And while we're here, I still have the ability to read books from them. I'm just going to go ahead and read until I get a headache. So, lesson learned. Bring the language with you if you want to just have the language done. Otherwise, just get those interpretation notes. They cost a little bit of money. They allow you to do this. Reading in other cities. But doing these geography lessons and reading in other cities gets you different maps that you could do to boost your geography skill by doing different map quests and such. So, be sure to have 10,000 ducats on you in order to do a browse consecutively. Otherwise, you will not be able to. You have to do them individually until you run out. Almost done. And like I said, unless if you have a headache medicines, you'll have to leave the town, go to another town, port, enter the town, and come back out. And then you can do more of this. Okay. We now have a headache. Or no, we don't even have a headache. That was just the end of our language notes. So I just made use of the language notes as much as I could. Did I get anything for it? No, I didn't. But sometimes you do get map routes and stuff. So, alright, we got what we need. So let's check the quest. It says, in the northern parts of the Black Sea, there's a peninsula at which trades have been conducted since ancient times. The Black Death disease that brought back the Tatars, probably from the peninsula as well, should be able to make a discovery of the peninsula using the recognition skill when you're close enough to it. So that's where we're going to do. We are going to get on the sea and we are going to go. I hate the rain. Top off on our inventory. On the way we go. Now, this is the peninsula on the north end of the Black Sea. If you want to know what I mean, I'm going to open up the map. It's this little blip up here. As soon as you reach the bottom portion of it right here, that should be enough to learn the recognition skill. Now, There are towns and cities in here you could probably pick up. You do need a disguise, but I recommend waiting until you're a higher level. I haven't even done it with my character yet, on my higher level guy, because it's just enough to keep me afraid. Very afraid. Because there's that worry that we could get attacked, so. I'm just going to get the discovery and then we're going to end the video here because it's going to be a very long video. I'm afraid my computer may not be able to save it. And if that's the case, then we have a real issue. Because this video has already gone on for a good while now. Probably over an hour. Yeah, just about an hour now. So, hopefully in the next... What the heck, did we just get stuck? No. Hopefully we get out of this pretty quickly. I don't know that there's other maps, other places to discover here that we can get to. Even though we discovered this portion, I don't know that we have any more of these meter cities that we can pick up at the moment. At least I'm not aware of. I mean, like I said, if you want to get all the cities, use a map that's online or use GVO Navish, and you will you'll find what you need to pick up all the cities. We're still good with our... Oh, let's check our challenge mission. What do we get for discovering 50s? Headache medications, oddly enough. Good to know. Oh, these are good to have. Maybe I'll take one of these. No war packs. Take one right now. Just to be safe. Now, that's something good that you'll have in the game. Allows me to avoid all battles for 30 minutes, except for special battles. I guess ones in which they're required for your quests. So I'm going to go ahead and use that right now. 30 minutes. Gives you a blue flag and you will get no battles. And you won't even be able to battle them either, so which is good. Jeez, it is raining like crazy in this world. Alright, so no cities here. I think there might be one up here. Constantinople, Istanbul, I can't remember. Yeah, I see the lights for it. I'm going to try to see if I can get in with my character disguise. I have a disguise of what? 10. Once we put on the other item, we have a higher disguise. This has no disguise, this does, so we're going to see if we can get in with this. We are now in the Black Sea, which is hostile waters. Just to keep an eye out. Can we get in? Can we get in? Make port. Can we get in? Get in. No. Yeah, so you need higher, let's put on the sandals now. Still can't do it. Yep, that's what I thought. Good to know. So, just in case you're curious, you need a higher disguise in order to get into here. And like I said, it doesn't hurt to do this until much later. I haven't had a reason to come here ever, so. So we're just going to continue sailing in that general direction. Oh, if anybody needs this, here's what I'll do for anybody who wants it, and hopefully they made it this far in the video. If anybody needs to borrow these geographer's robes, I will gladly lend them to you to do the quest alone if I can't join you to do the quest with geography level 4. If you do need to do it with me because you're worried about getting attacked or something, that's another question we can answer when you reach out to me. But if you wanted to be able to do it yourself, like as you see that I'm doing here with my own character, by all means, it'll give you the Geographer's Cloak to give you that +1, so long as you can get the Geography 3. Or if you can find another item that'll also boost you another +1 Geography. Getting there. These are the ships you gotta watch out for. Big, nasty ships that you do not want to get in battles with this early on. I don't know who they are. They're likely Ottoman, and if they're not Ottoman, they are just Islamic ships that will want to destroy you. But anywho's. So yeah, if anybody needs any help with this quest, it doesn't hurt to ask people. Please feel free to reach out to people and ask me if you need anything to help complete this quest. It's a very long quest, everybody. We're almost there, so I'm going to go ahead and stop doing surveying. It'll likely be to this most southern point, so I'm just going to get my recognition skill ready. I'm going to get right on top of it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use it. Something around here, use it again. Something around here, use it again. Done. And my adventure jumped up. Now level 15. Awesome. So everybody, hopefully that taught you how to find this quest. Now after this point, you just want to run home, because you do not want to be stuck in the Black Sea when your secret nowhere pack wears off, that's for sure. Alright, so hopefully everybody learned something from this and how to do the adventure quest. You just got to get back to Sager's, hand it in, and then next will be the trade quest. And when I get a chance to show you that one, that'll be the next one. Thanks everyone for holding out and watching me do this, and be sure to leave your comments below and subscribe and like. Thank you very much, guys. Take it easy.